It's great to have a handyman in the house and a connection, but if you've got some specialists that can really make it happen, we're going to talk about it right now. Stay tuned. Welcome everyone to the Your Little Castle Show. I have the pleasure, the esteemed honor to be working with gentlemen in our region, in our country, in our Midwest, and all over the place who are doing fantabulous things, running their own companies, right? We all would, not everybody, but a lot of us would love to run our own companies, and you guys are rugby professional athletes.
Absolutely.
And business owners. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Well, tell me, let's get started here, guys. Shout out to all of those who tune in. If you know anybody that we should highlight, get a hold of us. But we might bring you on and talk to you about it. But with me, I've got Jabaree Leopold. I'm going to put your title up there, Jabaree. And that should be the right button. There it is. And Terell Johnson in the house. You're this plumbing specialist.
Yes, sir.
And Jabaree, you help with all of everything else to make sure that all the pieces come together. Is
Yes,
that right?
sir. I'm the brains.
He's the brains, right? There we go. Somebody's got to have the brains.
Yep.
All right. I'm working on that still. I need some help if you know anybody. Well, tell me, guys, who wants to go on, tell me about it? But you guys kind of grew up together, played sports together, and then said, hey, let's go into business together.
Yep.
What led you guys into the handyman, especially home, the home handyman, the home construction guy? You do all kinds of stuff. We got decks and hot tubs and, hot water
Water
tank.
heaters.
Absolutely.
Water tank and a deck that you power wash in. You guys kind of do it all. What led to this?
So what led me into plumbing was a rugby player asked me if I needed a job at the moment. And I'm like, yes, I need a job. And he asked me, did I know how to use these certain tools? Did I know how to read a tape measure? Did I know how to use a grinder saw, et cetera, et cetera? I had no idea. But I was like, yeah, I could do that. This is 10, 11 years ago. Right. Like, yeah, I can do that. And the first day on the job, I kind of caught on quick, and ever since then, it's been plumbing history. And then me and Jabaree, as we communicated and played alongside each other, he was already doing handyman work, and we just kind of decided to link up and go into business together.
Well, now you guys have been doing it for a number of years. How long have you guys been working together now?
About 3 years.
About 3 years.
Officially.
Officially 3 years
Officially
together
3 years,
now,
yeah.
and many years. How many total years of plumbing? You got 10 years of plumbing experience now, don't you?
That'll be 11 in April.
All right, Jabaree, how long
And
you
I'm
been?
pretty new into the industry.
How long have you been doing handyman stuff?
Probably about 5 years now.
Okay.
Yep.
5 years and doing a good job there. Well, that's exciting stuff, and that's what we like to help other people get to know business owners who are taking that leap out there. But Jabaree, tell me, was the path you were in on this? You decided this is where you wanted to go. What convinced you wanted to do?
When you look at the industries, trading industries, they will never let you down. They've been going on. That's what's been running the country. Mm-hmm. You can do this. You can do these things till you're about 60 years old. So obviously, AI can't take your business.
AI proof.
You know
Definitely
what I'm saying? So,
yeah, that's one thing we're all worried about is AI is going to take over. But yeah, it's hard to get an AI to come in and turn a wrench.
Exactly.
And all these houses are a lot of them are old. They break down, and who's going to fix it?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Who's going to fix it? Somebody needs to know how to do this stuff. But yeah, the AI is good for computers. It's good for technology. It's good for like automatically answering and sending emails and those kinds of things. But now they're coming up with robots, and they finally get this will prove your point. Robots can now fold the laundry. Well, you're about 1/50th of the way there.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You're gonna get a pipe, turn it sideways, pull the other wrench, put this clamp on.
Exactly.
There's a lot to be done. You guys, they're gonna need you guys for a long time.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So many malfunctions will be happening with robots.
Yeah. So, well, tell me that, was it Terell? How did you get into plumbing? Why did you decide plumbing was? And I guess you kind of lived to be there, but you liked it. You stuck with it. Why did you?
Yeah,
decide
I liked it. The first day, it was awesome what I could do with my hands. And when you step back and look at it, you're like, I did this whole house. I put this together, did that together, and just solving somebody's problem with your hands became like addictive. Somebody's like, I don't have hot water, and you're like, let me come in and
I'll
fix
be
it.
right there.
Yeah, I'm coming, and then I fixed it, and it just kind of grew my passion as I, seen people happy after I left their house.
Yeah, you get to see that final result and say, hey, man, look, I did that. And people,
Exactly.
when you're giving them hot water, that's a big deal. So something that's important. Jabaree, you've been doing this too. What is your favorite thing of all the handyman tasks that you can take on? That leaves it kind of wide open. What do you enjoy most?
I mean, everything. You know, I started off with a lawn care pressure washing business, and with that business, you start cutting people grass, you start power washing the house, and then they want to know, what else can you do? What else can you do? Can you do the gutters?
Yep.
Can you do drywall? So all these different things. So I mean, I like everything about it.
Yeah, well,
I love the learning process.
Getting your hands dirty, getting in there, and actually fixing things. I mean,
Yes,
gosh,
sir.
I can only. My mom would be in trouble if I wasn't a bit of a handyman, because literally, I mean, you name it. Whether it's pulling down trees off the roof, which we had to do one time not too long ago, helping. Now she did get one on her own. She had a hot tub, and I told her, I said, I can do this. She saw where we made a video out of it. We busted a hot tub that we had to get out of a house that was getting sold. And I said, I can do that too. She's like, well, I know you can. Why don't you come over? Well, she ended up finding somebody to get there sooner than I could because I'm a busy guy.
Right.
And I help her with all kinds of stuff. But these guys just pushed it off the deck. I don't know how safe that was, but it's another one of them handyman tasks.
Yes, sir.
Do you handle hot tubs and you can do driveways? I mean, you name it.
Well, if I can't do it, I'll figure it out. You know,
Okay.
YouTube is our number one thing. If we don't know how to do it, we'll YouTube it and we'll figure it out. But, but if we're not, if we need a license or whatever the case may be, we'll definitely recommend somebody for that as well.
For sure.
And so you guys have some connections in the industries to get hold of
Oh,
people.
yeah.
But for those basic tasks where they don't, because these guys will start charging them $100, $125 an hour. Somebody can probably save a few bucks. I'm saving my mom a few bucks, but
Right.
you're going to get it done. But you got to also not just have YouTube. You got to be able to take that YouTube and then translate that into something where you can actually
Absolutely.
understand what they're doing. So
Correct.
there's some.
Yep.
Don't just think you can walk in and do this, everybody.
Right.
Probably make it sound pretty easy, but I know it's more than just watching the YouTube. You have
Absolutely.
to understand to interpret what the YouTube is saying and to be
Absolutely.
able to make that functional. Is that true?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, Terell, your background, you've gotten different licenses. You're still going to different classes now to get more licenses and more
Yep.
trades experience. Tell me about the plumbing path and where you're going to go with that. Like the
So,
master plumber. and all that?
yeah, I'm definitely aiming to be a master plumber. I started a little late on my schooling program, so I did 10 years, and that's where you could become a master plumber, but I started a little late, so I got a couple more years before I get to that master.
Started a little late. I don't know how old Terell is here, but he looks like he's about 28. But
Add a couple more years.
add a couple
I'm
more-
32.
All right, 32. So you
32.
didn't start too late if you started when you were 23, 24 years old.
Yep.
So you're on the path for sure.
Yep.
And obviously it's something you guys enjoy. What gives you the most satisfaction out of what you ultimately get to do? You talked about it, getting to see that finished product
Yeah.
and making people smile. What do you like most about it?
I like having the knowledge as well, because some people look like, how are you going to do that? And sometimes initially I'm like, how am I going to do that? But after figuring it out, and then it's just a successful project, I like seeing their reaction, like, you know, having hot water, or the sewers not backed up anymore, or anything like that. I just like making people happy with what I can create. For me, it's like an art. The way I work the pipes and move them around, it's like an art.
Yeah, there's a little technical science here to it, but there's really an art to ultimately how do you piece that together and get the sense for that. Jabaree, what do you love most about it?
I think the hard work. You know, a lot of times we go into these jobs, like he said, you don't know what can happen. We can make it worse or we can make it better. And I think that coming out and just kind of envisioning what we want to do and making it come to life, and we put in the hard work to do it, I think that's my favorite part about it.
Well, that's what we're looking for, is hardworking men that are going to make an impact here. Now, combined experience between you guys has got to be close to a couple decades by now.
Oh,
because
yeah,
you've got
at least
almost 10, and
about-
you've been doing it along the same amount of time.
About 20.
What part of the area do you like most that you get to work in? St. Louis is pretty easy to figure out if you've been here long.
I like St. Louis. I like
Like the,
everything but St. Louis City.
okay, the city's a little tougher.
Because you piggybacking off of a lot of just made up solutions. You might see a shoestring tied to a pole and just some made up crap, and you're just like, what
Did
were
do
they
here?
doing before me?
Yeah.
And then you got to try to make it from grade F to grade A. It's just madness.
So, yeah, well, the
It's a
city's
headache.
quite a bit older, and there's been stuff that's been around for a lot longer.
Yeah.
But you don't mind working out in the county. You'll go to Chesterfield. And
That's the
Clayton,
best. I don't mind going
Woodville.
anywhere, but I prefer the county calls, the
Yeah.
St. Louis county calls. It's a little more put together and a
Okay.
little more strict. The county is strict on like codes and everything. So
Okay, so you like to get the rules, play by the rules, and get that all done.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
if somebody had a house that they could tell was not a disaster, you're not looking for the disaster calls. They might be saying that's a different solution for that. But if you've got something in order, wherever they're at, but like I grew up in St. Louis, Fenton area.
Yeah.
And so a lot of good people down South County area. You like that area, parts of St. Louis too? North County, you got St. Charles.
Yeah.
All of those areas.
Like I said, we'll go anywhere, but sometimes I'm like, gotta go there. So we'll get it done, but
well, you got to go where the work comes, all right?
Exactly.
Jabaree, you too. Tell me what your favorite parts of St. Louis are to work.
I really don't mind where we go because you know each job is something new. So I think that is kind of exciting about doing what we do. Is every time you go somewhere different, it's a different task, and you know it's good. It's just nice putting it together. So I really don't mind where we go.
Well, there you go. Good attitude. You'll handle it no matter what it is. Some of your places you prefer versus others, but when it comes down to it, you guys will get the job done. Which leads to my next question/point, and I'm going to put this up on the wall behind me here for everybody to see. But see, on the TV wall number 1, you guys get a lot of business here through Thumbtack. Is that right?
yes, sir.
So it's
Yes, sir.
MaBudees.
Yep.
I was like, how do you say that? You're like, it's MaBudees.
MaBudees, yeah.
Who do you hire? You hire MaBudees.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you've got 70 reviews out there, 4.5.
Yeah.
Who's doing all the work to make that happen? Is it one of you guys? Both of you guys?
Well, I told
Both
you
of
I
us,
was here, but you know he put in the hard work.
That's a lot of stuff.
Both of us,
You're
yeah.
looking up. We got an update on you there. You're like, some more reviews came in and doing well. How's that make you feel, Jabaree? Tell me about it.
It makes me feel good. I mean, if you ever started a small business, you know, starting off, you know that's the hardest part. And getting people to trust you and you seeing those good reviews, it kind of make you feel really good.
Yeah. I agree.
Terell,
I
yeah,
agree.
you agree with that?
I didn't even know we had that many reviews. So when I look at it now, and I'm like 70, wow, you know, because I only paid attention to like the one-star review we had, or like a missed call or something. But yeah, to see like 70 and a 4.5 star rating, that's great. That's pretty good.
Well, that's because you're doing good work, and that's natural. That's organic.
Absolutely.
Especially Thumbtack. A lot of people, they will, and not to say there's anything wrong with it, but when somebody gets done, they say, "Did you like our work? Great.
Right.
Go out and give me a Google review," and they'll do that. Thumbtack's they're looking for you. You probably got the job through them, and then when they got done, they said, "Well, how did the guys do?"
Yeah.
And so that's a great way. They're on the
It's
ball.
an
there.
automated message that will go to them like, please rate these people.
Yeah, it's not like an optional thing. They pretty much are like, "Shh, do this. This is not required, but we definitely want to get your feedback for that."
Most definitely.
Well, that's pretty cool, and there's a lot of good work these guys are doing in town here. So look them up, MaBudees Handyman, and they will do great work for you as well. Stay tuned with us here. We're going to do some community stuff. We're going to talk to these guys for another 15 minutes about some of the trade secrets they're going to give us, hopefully help us understand all of what goes into being a successful handyman.
Gotcha.
We'll be back. Will Bates, everybody. Will Be Inspired. Tell me about the event you got going on here.
Oh, we got a golf tournament today. Got some people coming out to support our military veterans and first responders. Everything that we raise today goes towards benefiting them, mental and physical health, overall wellness, wellness retreats, outdoor retreats, gym memberships. You think of it, you name it. That's what we do. So this is all to benefit them. I appreciate everybody coming out and taking action. Thank you.
All right, we're at Old Hickory Golf Course. Been here for a number of events. Great crowd here.
Yep.
How many people turned out for this thing so far?
There'll be at least 170 people here.
170 golfers, everybody. All right, if they need the Cardinal Cowboy to give out some free golf lessons, I might be doing that later. Don't wait for that. Don't wait for that.
Yeah,
It's
I
not worth it.
appreciate you.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Get up. We'll see you guys. Get up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle Show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So there it is, everybody. We talk about how the media has changed the way the world is done. Magnetize your media. Pick up my book here. I wrote the foreword. I didn't write the whole book, but I wrote the foreword, so I'm technically an author here. They published my writing, and I wrote the foreword here for Magnetize Media. This is the #1 seller now on Amazon. It talks about how the media has changed the world. We'll talk about that a little bit, especially like how it has impacted the way you guys run your business. But first, I have to go over give me that cost analysis, because everybody's consumed with how much is it going to cost.
Yeah.
But what do they really think about the intangibles, right? That's my $2 word for the day. But the intangibles, where they go, if you do this right and you get through it and you got enough YouTube videos, but you and I get it, you can watch YouTube, but you have to have an aptitude to understand those.
Right.
You can't just watch it go, okay, boom, slap it, or so much. But if somebody's been doing this forever, that's what they do. But the do-it-yourselfers, what is it worth for somebody to have these jobs done right? Jabaree, you tell me why it's worth having the handyman come in to do these things the right way.
Well, when you, like you said, a lot of customers, they look at these things like, oh, he just put in the toilet. It took him about an hour to do it. And, you know, they don't understand, like, you got to pay for the equipment, you got to pay for the time, you got to pay for the service. And, you know, we just try to break that down for each customer and let them know. And then sometimes we'll show you what we do and how we do it. And that kind of gives the customer clarification on why we charge what we charge. But like you say, mainly our reviews speak for itself. You know, we do things the right way.
Yeah, well, tell me, Terell, that's really the bottom line. And you do it the right way because you know what you're doing. You're not just, It took an hour, so it took an hour of somebody's time. But the hour to do that the right way took a lot of training, a lot of learning in the past. And that's why you've got a lot of certifications to do plumbing stuff too. Yeah,
and then, you know, a lot of times we try to give different packages, right? Because we understand sometimes the best way to do it at the highest level of professionalism and quality might be out of your budget. And sometimes people say, hey, I don't even want that high level. I just want a quick little fix. And then we try to create a package, you know, like a basic package, premium, you know, for fixes like that. But if it was up to me, everything would be premium quality, premium product every single time. But I understand some people just want a quick fix sometimes. So that's like the only time we would go down to that level if they prefer it. Tell me if it's fair to say, but you at least know where you can cut a little bit or not, because some people are going to say, well, I'll cut with this, and that, well, you didn't realize that was a vital piece. I'm thinking about what's that white tape? Teflon tape? Teflon, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Oh, we could just save money by not using Teflon tape.
Right.
That's one of the last things you should cut, because that's what's going to seal the whole thing.
Exactly.
But until you're an expert to know these kinds of things, you're going to be able to do something on your own. You're going to end up costing yourself a lot more money.
Yep. And a lot of times they don't understand that it takes a lot of time and effort to do these little things that they might look at, like you said, they might think, oh, he just putting in a toilet, right? But it's now sometimes we got to fix the collar. The collar might be broken. Then we got to do this and do that, and it's a
The
whole
wax ring.
rundown. Exactly, wax ring is coming off.
I know some of these technical words. I'm not an expert.
The wax ring done
if it's
disappeared.
Not, if it's not online,
exactly.
You can't reuse a wax ring very easily, can you?
No, not at all.
You guys have kind of an extensive. I want to talk a little bit about extensive background sports-wise, and I'm a big advocate that I believe sports gave me the skills to overcome, to pull a ventilator out of my own throat. Honestly, if you guys have been through something as crazy as that yet, maybe you have. But tell me, what kind of aptitude did being so competitive with sports help you with in running your business?
I think that being consistent, to be great at something, you have to be consistent at it. And, especially starting off with a business, you have to stay consistent at the beginning, because as soon as you fall off, then you'll be ready to give up. And I think that kind of falls back into rugby. It's like, oh, we got to keep pushing. We want to be the best.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's well said there. Do you agree with that, Terell?
Yeah, automatically. I don't even got to say nothing else. You got to have a go-get-it attitude. Got to push through, because it's going to be times where you're up. There's going to be times where you're down. You got to know how to keep going, whether it's a good situation or a bad. So, and it also brings the competition into the business. We battle to have the best quality and best work done to each other. Sometimes we battle on who can get it done faster. Sometimes we battle other companies that we see like, oh, he charged this much. We could do it for a little bit less and still outbeat them on the quality. We're definitely always battling with quality service every time.
I like the way you emphasize that and you talk about it. But the thing I was going to talk about, because I would imagine you guys are the speed demons, right? You're the guys they give the ball to, and they're like, now get this thing down to the other end of the field.
Yep, that's exactly.
And so my point is, everybody needs to know their role.
Yeah.
And so you guys divvy it up accordingly. You've got the expertise in plumbing. Jabaree's got his expertise too. And so sometimes you'll battle about, well, I'll do that role, I'll do this. Yeah. But you know what each other can do. You know what the role is each one of you can fit. To make sure it gets done.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing with teamwork. We don't have any egos in this business. You got to know how to be able to listen to each other and, hey, take a step back. Hey, I got this one.
Yep.
Terell, you're on with that, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes Jabaree is better at something, so I'll watch him and learn, like, okay, why did you do that? Why did you put this here? Why did you and same thing with me. When I'm doing something that I'm a little bit more knowledgeable at, Jabaree's like, okay, let me learn. Let me sit back and see how you're doing that. Could you tell me why you did that, though, and explain? So we definitely give our knowledge to each other as well.
Absolutely.
That's great to have a team like that. A lot of guys are independent on their own. They don't have somebody to follow around and make sure they're doing their stuff. But they've learned somewhere, and being able to help team up like you talked. The team, we talked about sports. Yep. So tell me in your own words. I'm sure by now a lot of people are going, all right, these guys are on the ball. I would hire these guys. But in your own words, what separates you guys from the rest?
I think what separates us from the rest is we treat people like people and not like a job. There's been times where if I'm working at somebody's house for a week, if they're available when I'm taking lunch, I might offer them to have lunch with me. If you mind going down the street to a nice restaurant, or can we order pizza and have lunch together? And next thing you know, we become buddies for real, and we become family sometimes. There's a lot of customers that still call me to this day just to chit chat or just talk about things. So we really value people as people.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys are on the ball with regard to the big picture and the teamwork and just making a business that you started from scratch. And I was talking to him. I wish I wasn't so old when I got going with what I do. When you're young like that, you can really knock it out of the park. I'm going to show a little bit of the work. Tell me a little bit about what people are looking. You've got your Instagram going here, so that's.
This first one is a tub that we reglazed.
Okay.
This is a sink.
All right.
It's going kind of fast. It's a stack replacement. That was a shower that had body sprays in it that we customized. You see a sewer replacement in there, a stack replacement. We do it all. We pull permits. Whatever you need done, we get it done. And it's not just me and Jabaree. We're the founders. We have other master plumbers in our team. We have carpenters. We have floor guys. It's about 10 of us all together, and we're all friends. That's why we named the company MaBudees, because it's a group of buddies that came together to work together. And hopefully when we leave, we become your buddy too.
Yeah, and you can see the flash by there. There's all kinds of. That's a cool video because it shows a little bit of everything. But you got drywall studs, pipes, plumbing, and somebody says, "Hey, you got a call coming in here. Time to get to work." Yep. That's funny. Boom, and there you are. You reglazed, refinished a tub. Is that what that was?
Yep. That tub was disgusting. I don't see how anybody would want to take a bath in that.
And you see the before and the after there, everybody. That you can see why these guys are getting so much acclaim for their work, which looks dynamite. Well, tell me, you do have some specific certifications, if you will, as a plumber. What are some of the other certifications or things you bring to the table, being bonded, insured, and then also following those codes? I know is a big thing these days, because if you're not willing to follow the code, then you may be causing a lot of problems for a lot of customers. But you guys,
definitely
you play by the rules, follow the code.
Yeah, play by the rules, follow the code. Definitely licensed and bonded. Definitely insured. If we flood your house, which we never have, and don't plan on it. But if anything were to happen under our watch while we're working for you, then it will definitely be taken care of.
There you go. Jabaree, does that make you feel comfortable? You got that kind of professionalism there?
Absolutely. You know, we don't go in with the mindset of messing up, but, you know, some things just happen. Yeah. So we're definitely covered in all those things.
Well, again, getting the guys who've got the expertise, got the insurance to make sure, because there is a time some things are out of control. Yeah. But everybody's looking about who's going to pay for this.
Right.
And you'll make sure you've got that piece covered. Tell me if you would, the benefits of working as a small business owner. I think there's a lot to be said for being a small business owner, because now you have a lot more control, a lot more response. What are some of the things you guys do better because you're a small business? Jabaree, I'll start off with you.
I think some of the things that we do better as a small business, like you said, we build relationships. You know, some of these big companies, they will charge you an arm and a leg, you know, and they don't work with you on the prices, but we will. We'll work with you on the prices. We build a relationship, and we'll be lifetime customers, and you won't be disappointed with the work, and we'll give you a good price as well.
Yeah. There you go.
The name says it. The name says it itself. They call us the Chick-fil-A of handyman. You know what I'm saying? It's our pleasure to serve you. Our customer service is grade A. You literally can call at any time and we're going to answer the phone. You're going to talk to a real person. I don't care if it's 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 12 o'clock at night. You're going to talk to a real person instead of sitting there speaking to an operator, push 1. Push 2 to speak to. You know?
That's the exact example I get.
You're talking to us.
Go to the vice president, go to the senior manager, go to the president, and by then they're like, who cares? The project's long and done.
Just want to talk to somebody. You're talking to us.
You get to talk to the owners right there at the top of the list and get this work done. Small businesses. We got about a minute left. Tell me if you had any one mistake you see people make. I'll give you one of your third. What's the biggest mistake people make when it comes to a handyman or work they need done around the house?
I think waiting too late. You know, wait too late to get it done. That's one of the biggest things. You know, then it's like, you call us and you want us to hurry up and rush over there, hurry up and get to it. But it's like, hey, you waited 5 years to get this fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and now the problem's a lot worse.
Exactly. So, you know, I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people make.
I think another mistake is not respecting like tradesmen's time. I mean, because we work for you, but when you add on stuff last minute and we got other jobs behind you, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But we'll get it done, but it pushes everything back. And also, like, it would be respectful to pay on time. You know, if we say, hey, the payment is due at 50%, and we get done with 50%, and you're just kind of lollygagging, we still continue, but it creates a different vibe, you know?
Well said, everybody. Stay tuned. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Follow these guys. They know what they're doing. MaBudees, giddy up.